and welcome to Martlet Games. My name is Sarah, and I'm the storyteller for this historical Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition chronicle called London's Bleeding. The game takes place around Christmas, just after Armistice Day in 1918, though the new year is fast approaching. As a warning, this is a game for mature audiences. Individually and as a group, we have established limits and discussed the general tone and aspects of the game, which include violence, war, some sexual topics, strong language, loss of agency, body horror, and gore. If at any point you need to close the stream, no worries. Take care of yourself above all, and we will welcome you back with open arms if and when you decide to return. Lastly, this is the penultimate episode of Season 1. You can find the previous episodes on the Martlet Games YouTube channel at your convenience. Now, let's get reacquainted with our vampires, starting with Walter.
My name is Ben. I play Walter Price, the Gangrel.
Hello, my name is Patrick, and I am playing Rafe Williams, the Toreador.
Hello, I'm Samantha McLarty, and I am playing Lillian Crawford, the nicest venture you'll ever meet.
I'm Stephen Rieger, and I'll be playing Tommy, the very bad guy, Malkavian.
All right, great. Thanks, everyone. And thank you to everyone joining us at home. We really appreciate you coming and giving us a look, whether you are new or a veteran of the Martlet Games flock. Now, let's get started. Kindred many times prefer their revenge ice cold. Centuries-long grudges fester and augment while the mortal world turns. While they lay their plans in shadow, a vampire may also run the risk of freezing themselves. Paralyzed by indecision, they become trapped in their unholy routines and lose perspective. The mind was not meant to weather hundreds of years of death, tragedy, and the 1,000 tiny spiritual and emotional cuts we take every day. And thus, the wheel of jihad spins long after the time of Cain, the sire's sire, still orchestrating for us his darkest plan. Speaking of plans, each member of the coterie has fulfilled their holiday social obligations. Walter had a brief and uncomfortable reunion with his touchstones, the Taylor family. Tommy attended a Christmas party with his partner Nathaniel, quite detached from the joy of it all. Lillian recounted an important family story to her mortal descendants, and Rafe completed his letter-writing ritual and received an unexpected visit from a friend. It's now just before midnight, as Christmas officially is about to end. As a reminder, tonight is the night that the Broken Mouth Gang mounts their strike on the Bloody Fists in an effort to stop their culling of the weakest individuals of East London. All of you would have received the site of the main push, the attack from Bullocks at each of your havens at one point between your initial meeting with him and now. So how are you all getting back together? Are you attending the strike? What do you think?
So how much was conveyed to the group? Because I'm not entirely sure that Walter knows about the offensive.
I feel like when Tommy and Rafe would have come back from that meeting, there would have been some time in travel where they basically relayed all of the information, including the invitation from Bullocks and Brimmer to join in this strike for prestation.
An off-camera blah moment.
Yeah. Okay. Like, I'm all about, raising hell with or Walter's all about raising hell with the bloody fists. I just don't know how it ties. Well, I guess I don't know. It's like front and center in Walter's mind is still trying to take care of the doctors by trying to find that creature. So I don't know how this plays into it. But we will. How far over East London is this going to be?
It's basically located just like slightly east of the hospital. Like it's really not far from where your haven is, near the Shadwell Basin. So it's not going to be like, you could probably potentially get there on foot. I don't think that would be too out of character because everything's sort of like smashed together there at this time. So
how close is
ahead.
it to the tailors?
To the tailors,
do I expect there to be like spillover getting close to the house?
No,
Okay.
that's far away from the Wetterman Hospital and this place that the strike is taking place. So no, there's not going to be like gang violence encroaching on their residential area. It's not there, no.
So then I'll probably make my way via. I want to check it out. I want to see what's going on.
Okay,
and so I'm
like
gonna
to go there.
I'm gonna veer by the hospital and talk to whoever's working the door or the staff members and let them know that be prepared, but don't open the door for just anybody.
Okay, and actually, we're not going to play this whole thing out, but if you would please roll me wits and insight really quickly.
Okay.
Thanks.
It's not my strongest suit.
It's okay.
I got a 1 on my hunger, but
okay. So basically, in your like just brief visit there, you would have been able to glean just from the guy working the door and maybe some like passing interactions of the people that morale is just slightly improved because the new doctor is on the way.
Okay.
To be employed by the hospital. That's all getting finished up, so he's going to be there pretty soon afterwards. So that's all you really encounter at the hospital.
Okay.
I'm almost afraid to ask this, but same question. Margaret has been discharged and sent home, correct?
That's correct.
How about her residence in relation to the site of the strike?
Did you ever determine where she lives?
No, I did not.
That's interesting.
Looks like we've got a roll-off.
Unfortunately, I probably would say that I think she might be in the residences that are bordering the area of the strike. So she's not in like immediate urgent danger, but I will say that there is a possibility that for spillover into her residence. Now, I did want to also communicate to you that Nurse Jackie was the one who handled her discharge. So she actually was installing a home care nurse for like at least like a couple of days. So she's not completely alone. You had some really like kind interactions with Nurse Jackie, so she sort of went the extra mile for Margaret, and the hospital's taking care of that at this time. So she's not alone, but it's not a guard, it's a nurse.
All right, so here's what Rafe is going to do.
Okay.
He is going to... Where is the... Is there a telegraph office nearby open this time of night where I could send a rapid message to Lillian's house?
Why don't you just roll me a wits and awareness for that?
Okay.
We'll let the dice decide, huh? Shall we?
Like the telegraph has been out of service for 40 years.
It's a weird time for communication, to be honest.
Okay,
it's a weird time.
Some houses would have an automated telegraph reader that would
Right.
it would do the So
Mhm.
he's hoping. He's not sure.
That's why I said the dice will
mhm.
decide.
All right. 2 wits and awareness, you said?
Yep, just give me
Okay.
what's in awareness.
One, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Good Lord.
You are a
Ooh.
lucky kindred this
Ooh.
night.
Okay.
So we will say yes,
all right.
there is one where you can send a message to Lillian that will be received
Okay,
by
so
her.
here's Rafe's plan. He
Okay.
is going to immediately start to ransack his apartment. He's going to look for whatever will serve as medical supplies, even rags from the kitchen. He's going to stuff them in his vest, and he's also going to. I have something for this. Here we go. He's going to grab a blue rag. He's going to tuck it inside his vest as well.
Interesting. Okay.
And the message that he will have sent off to Lillian's residence will read, Rafe, stop. Wife, danger, attack, stop. And then a street intersection approximately 2 blocks away, stop. And then he's going to hoof it to that intersection and hope to God that fate smiles upon him and the message is received.
Okay, and I'm not going to require like a roll for receiving the message. We're just going to say that it goes through okay. So Lillian, what are your thoughts upon receiving that? All your family is now probably off to bed. It's the night is open for the rest of your time there.
Receiving the message, she probably would have what does he think I am? A messenger of sorts, a taxi ride, or something of that nature, something. When will he learn to handle his own affairs? And then she'll grab like her cloak and put it around her and summon the car.
Just as a little storyteller helpful tip, you want to take your new gun?
Yeah, I do. And I just realized that I'm pretty sure taxi cabs weren't a thing then. What was it then? Like
There's
In London, there were taxis.
were there?
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, good deal. I was
As
like,
far as I know, yeah.
a
And I
taxi
mean,
cab?
with Lillian, I mean, you can get a driver whenever you want. That's kind of like what I.
well, I made the reference that him thinking that
Oh,
I'm a taxi service.
I'm
And so
back
I was like,
with you.
wait, were there taxis in there?
It's listen, that's all my life is Googling, did this exist in 1918? That's my life.
let me
yeah.
interject very briefly. I'm sorry. Rafe would have had his officer's coat tossed over, and he would have brought his trench knife that he smuggled back from the continent on him.
Okay,
Just as an
trench
aside.
knife.
Yes.
Trench knife and some very rudimentary first aid supplies, along with the blue rag specifically for Rafe, and Lillian's got her gun. Okay, so Lillian, you're headed to the spot of the strike.
Yes, I'm going to where Rafe told me to go, and I'm literally just going to have the driver park. I'm not getting out of the vehicle. I'm just going to sit there.
Okay. And now Tommy. So off screen, we did a remorse roll for Tommy here because he had incurred 3 stains due to our stain multiplier that I have on the game. And while he did feel somewhat detached from the joy of this Christmas party, the friends all living their life, living their truth in this earliest 20th century London, the panto dames, just to be around that happiness and that camaraderie, and to just sit and exist with the one that you love. Because despite his humanity, despite the fact that he's immortal and you are a superior being, you still love him. And there is just the tiniest spark in your soul, if you even have one, if there's any left. It inspires you to just be a little bit better if you can fight back the beast long enough. So Tommy's stains will have dropped off, and there is no loss in humanity for Tommy the Malkavian. So what are your plans here?
My plans are after saying goodbye to Nathaniel, going to get my pistol.
Okay.
Make sure that my stilettos are on me, and just start walking, heading to the spot.
Okay. So we're headed to the strike. So the coterie now is all going to sort of be gathering to what in the future is known as Wapping Woods, which ends up just being this sort of very small patch of green land in the future. But right now it's basically abandoned. It's surrounded by residences, which some of those are also abandoned. Some of those still have people in it, like Margaret. And there are some derelict docks here and there, and they're in even worse shape than the ones in East London generally around the Thames, because these have been abandoned for quite some time at this point. So let's say that you all just end up gathering like where Rafe said, about 2 blocks away from this sort of like empty-ish patch of land. So why don't you all give me wits and awareness right now, please?
I also want to make sure that since I was going to a fight, I would have grabbed my club and my itty bitty snub nose.
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%. Okay. You can have that stuff with you, yeah.
See, and I'm trying to remember if faction fights happened before or after this time period in Ireland. I can't remember, because that was a big thing.
That is something I don't know. I'm not sure about that. You said 3 for you, Tommy. Okay, 4 for Lillian.
Oh shit! What are we doing? Wits and awareness.
Yep. Just to give you guys see what you see. Once you get all together.
We all show up and we're like, we see each other.
Yeah. 1 for Rafe. Okay.
I'm saving my willpower.
Do you see what I see?
Oh, my fingers look like sausages in this camera.
2 for Walter.
Sausages.
Yeah. Okay, so
2 sausages.
So Rafe, with your 1 success, not a lot of people out. You can maybe hear like some brief, very soft music that's coming from one of these residences. People still carrying on and partying on this first Christmas of peace in many years, still celebrating into the night. But you don't really notice anything in specific. Walter, you can kind of get a better idea of which residences that you think are like completely abandoned. You can sort of say, okay, that one I see a boarded up window, that one I see a broken doorway. Like you sort of are able to get some insight into the residences around this area. Tommy, for 3, you will notice in the distance somewhat, not too far, I mean easily like maybe a 5 to 7 minute walk away, you'll see this shadow of a very, very large building that's in this sort of empty patch of land, and then there are sort of docks, and then surrounded by the residences. And you notice in the middle of that empty spaces, there's a big, big building, but you think it looks like a large warehouse, but there's no signage that you can see, and there's nothing distinct about the building. Lillian, with your 4 successes, you'll notice that in this large patch of land, you clock the building as well, but you'll also notice off to the side, and it's so dark, but your kindred senses are just able to perceive slightly more. There's like a singular tree. It's bare. In this winter time, there's nothing special about it, but it's just this one large tree there. Just kind of weird. And additionally, under the tree, you will see 2 figures standing there. But you can't quite make out any details about that. They're humanoid, So that is sort of the layout that you all get.
Well, Rafe would have made every attempt to go through every back alley he could to try to get here as quickly as possible. Whether or not he beats Lillian there remains to be seen.
So the order of arrival would have probably been Rafe, and then Lillian, and then Walter, and then Tommy.
I'm not convinced that Walter wouldn't have his club over his shoulder as he saunters and whistles.
I have no problem with that. That is your prerogative.
That's fantastic.
So let's say you're now all united. You've all taken in what you can see. So fire away with conversations, plans, ideas.
Lillian's still in her car.
Oh, you're still in the car.
I'm not going to approach her vehicle when she pulls up. I'm just content knowing that she's there, and I'm standing around waiting for the other 2 gents to show up.
Okay, so then so Lillian's car is there. Rafe is also there, but not having approached the car. All right, Walter, so you're just walking up with your club over your shoulder whistling?
Yeah, just he's not really excited, but he's here to see.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, it's been a while since we've done this.
All right, Tommy. Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, who's closest to me out of those 2?
You'll see Rafe, and if you see a car there, you can probably assume that it's Lillian.
Well, whoever's closest to me is who I'm going to approach first.
Rafe. Yeah,
okay.
Rafe.
Right, lad.
I come walking up, slap you on the back. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And I maybe come in and give him a little bit of a little brotherly hug. Merry Christmas. Look, we've got a bit of a problem.
Do we?
I've got a bit of a problem. So, my wife was discharged from the flu ward. She's just literally within spitting distance of where the attack's going to be. And I don't know what the rest of you have planned, but I know where my obligations lie, at least for the time being.
What do you have to protect yourself?
He reaches in to his pea coat, and he pulls out a trench knife. The blade was not taken care of very well, and you can you don't have to look very hard to see that like the metal's already starting to get pitted from all of the grime and blood and everything else that it's been subjected to in its time in the trenches.
So Walter looks at you, not impressed.
I'm fast. I get out of the way if I have to first. This is last resort. I've got my ways to get out of this if I need to. But
if you ask me to be a door to that house, I will. But you have to ask me.
why don't we wait for Tommy first? I'm not going to... I'm not going to try to ask you to do something out of selfish reasons.
I'm only here to help.
I understand that, and I appreciate it, and I gesture towards the car, and she's here, and that's what counts as well.
Well, then let's go say hello.
Right.
Let's not be rude.
Rafe will actually lead the way over to Lillian's car.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Yeah. And just kind of stand there, and he's gonna stand there by the window, just with his hands out in front of him, just looking through.
She's just going to glance at him and roll her eyes and just... Do you plan on staying out there, or are you going to have a seat?
This will pop off at any moment, and they're going to take whatever. Is this a car or a quick carriage? It's a
Car.
And this car will be the first thing that somebody's going to try to set on fire.
She's going to move her cloak over to the side just a little bit and show her gun. I really do hope they try. And then cover it back up.
Oh, they will. I don't.
Even better.
Thank you.
Have we seen any of the rats? Do we know when they're going to show up?
Bollocks would have said that it's like we'll start getting underway at midnight. So we're pushing like 12:30 at this point. There's no sound or action that is like immediately apparent to you. And let's say at this point Tommy is going to arrive here.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, gents. Mom.
Perhaps, just out of curiosity, perhaps, do either of you know who they are? And I'm going to just point to the tree with the figures. Are they parts of your whatever is going to be happening?
One moment.
I'm going to look at them with an investigative eye.
I'm going to activate heightened senses and also do so.
Okay, great. Heightened senses. Let me just see what you can see.
Man, you're going to have me thinking of that song.
Oh,
the rest
right.
of the game.
Yeah. So why don't you, Rafe, why don't you give me an additional wits or resolve plus aspects, whichever one's higher for you.
Okay.
If that's what it takes, I'm not going to see anything.
Now this is
Fair
heightened
enough.
senses, not sense the unseen. Just tossing that out there.
Oh, no, I have eyes of the beast. So if they're like in perfect dark, I'll see them, I guess.
But that's going to be it.
Yeah.
That is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
4. Okay, so with 4, you close your eyes for a moment and you can feel your eyes and your vision become sharper, and your hearing is also sharpened, and you almost like zoom mentally to these two people standing there, and you will see that there are red cloths wrapped around their fists.
And I suppose they're too far away for me to tell if they are mortal or kindred.
Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
you're just a bit too
That
far
works.
away. Yeah. Yeah.
The fists.
Steve, do you remember the name we got from those two? I'm sorry, when I closed down my character sheet, nothing's saved, so all my notes are gone.
I think I have the names of them. Give me just a second.
This could come in handy because I'm once the blah happens, I'm going to go talk to them.
The blah.
I'm in the same boat. I don't have the names.
So I'm sorry, you're looking for names of fist members that you got from
No,
the
so
When we
Nosferatu?
went to,
the fist members told me the name of the kindred, who I assumed to be kindred, and I don't remember that name. It was like
the kindred that killed the merchant in the botched attack.
yeah, that guy.
Okay. I have his name as Donnie. It might have been
Donnie.
different in the past. I apologize to the audience, but I have that now down as Donnie.
Donnie. At least I have a name. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Tommy?
they look, Rafe, do they look like they're guarding anything or just standing there?
They seem to be standing around chatting. I didn't spot any like weapons visible, did I? Like no blades, no pieces of door frame ripped off the wall.
No. Nope.
Very improvised weapons.
No,
No, you don't see any visible weaponry, no.
they're standing there talking. They're not armed.
Do you know what that warehouse was, I'm assuming?
Would I?
No, but you're pretty sure it's abandoned. You're not sure 100% on that, but just because of the area and like the really, really super rundown nature of this particular neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
it's probably not an operation.
Right, because this is not Rafe's original neighborhood. After his wife got notification that he died, she had to downsize significantly.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, Rafe, where's your wife at?
Blah.
I look at everybody. It's like that's the rendezvous point before we go any further.
Let's go there first. Any place that has bloody fists in an abandoned warehouse, I think we can assume that there's something inside that warehouse. That
They're around a tree, though, right?
Right.
Yeah, the two guys are standing underneath just a random tree.
Yeah, I'm
Perhaps
just
it's the tree that is the
That's what I'm
whatever.
thinking.
The rallying point.
I'm just gonna go start a conversation. But Rafe, whatever you were saying. Go
Right.
for it.
Well, if you're going to go up and distract them, that might make it easier for if I need to get to that house. At least not I don't have to go in. I just need to be able to see that the house is or the flat is okay.
I mean, I don't know about distract, but I'll definitely disrupt.
Just
I will go.
Rafe, already. Just go to the house. We are all here. You will be fine. Just go.
He's gonna not quite glare at her for just a moment, and with that he will turn and try to actually hold on 1 second. Let me double check the sheet. I've got no stealth, so instead of quietly, he's going to do it quickly.
Clop, 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 clop.
Okay, fair enough.
I will whatever role you need me to make, storyteller.
I guess for agility, let us say dexterity and athletics.
Good thing I just bought that dot.
Yeah, good thing.
I knew it was going to come in handy.
Smart.
It's like leaning into running away.
Right. I am going to be ready, Lillian. I'm going to rouse my dex.
Oh, you're gonna rouse your decks? Okay.
All right. Well, that is a big whopping 1 on my hunger die.
Lillian, take it away.
Now look at you. Really, surely by now you are more capable than before, but of course it's really not your fault, is it? No, no, no.
It's not.
You're a child. Of course it's not your fault. Not at all. Who would expect a child to take responsibility?
Well, I'm trying, and that's what's important, isn't it?
No, not at all. What's important is that you succeed. You're not succeeding very well, are you?
I'm trying.
Try again. Perhaps one day you'll be able to be more than just a child, but tonight rather, is not that night.
And as your
try.
beast, as your beast, who has now the voice of Lillian Crawford, finishes speaking, you almost feel this sharp, hot sensation in your ears, as if her very words from your interior threaten to burn your ears. And your hunger increases by 1. So you're now at hunger 2. Your dex is roused, I must now. So make your dex and athletics.
Was Rafe muttering to himself during that time, or was that all internal?
That was Lillian. Anytime he's talking with Lillian now, it's out loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, you shook your head, so I'm assuming you got no successes.
Oh, I got successes.
Oh, okay.
I've got 4 on a missy crit.
Oh, goodness.
You ran to the wrong house.
Very, very interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A messy crit on just some walking. Huh.
No, he's running. He's
you're running.
Yeah,
Sorry,
no,
we're running.
I said he's not sneaky. He's choosing speed over stealth.
He's going to prove Lillian wrong.
Exactly.
He can certainly try.
Well, that's what I was getting at. I was like, as soon as Rafe goes off, Walter's going to look at you. He's like, Miss Crawford, one of these days that man's going to stand up to you.
One of these days, I would hope he would try.
Mr. Price, I'd bet on that.
Perhaps on that day or night, then perhaps, he'll have something more to show for it than he does now.
He's going to be a mess of a man when he does it. Just be prepared when he does.
Do I look frightened to you, Mr. Price?
No, Miss Crawford, you don't.
There's a reason for that.
Okay, so Rafe, you said you got 4 successes and a messy crit.
Mm-hmm.
So you take off running towards Margaret's residence, which we're going to say is pretty much like in the center of this row of houses. So you're almost like at this 90-degree angle from the tree. So as you're running in that direction, the words of your beast, Lillian's vocal admonishment, not your beast, but just Lillian herself, the constant needling, the way you never seem to get it right. And now the time that you really need to succeed, the time where the person you love most in this world, this war-torn, tragic existence that you're living, you're still not operating at the best of your ability. And because of that, you may be in danger of losing this person that you love. So you're going to incur 1 stain, which is 1.5 in this chronicle.
Understood.
So the fact that she is in so much danger and the fact that you got your messy crit is the consequence of that. So you will, but with that, you run a little faster. The powers of your blood are surging through your body to animate your corpse-like form. As much as Rafe would like for it to appear human, it is not. And so you will make it over there pretty quickly. Like the pace of your running, it's only going to take you 2-3 minutes to basically arrive at the door. Did you want to do something immediately getting there?
He doesn't care if he got spotted or if he's being followed, and he doesn't care if he is able to hide, but he is going to try to find the best spot across the street from Margaret's flat and hunker down.
Okay, so we're just going to say that you're basically on the curb outside of this basically like large barren square except for the tree and the warehouse. So you're going to sit there, and then right across the street you'll be able to.
So there is nowhere to hide then. Okay.
No.
Okay.
There sure isn't. Not where you are anyway. So you're going to post up there. All right. What's the next move here for the rest of you?
So who's doing the talking?
I was going to walk right up and ask him what's going on.
I will flank to the left and try to find out what's in that warehouse.
I'm running distraction. It's like,
right.
I'm a little teapot.
So actually, before we get to that interaction with Walter, Tommy, you're going to start moving along the right side of this plot. And there's nothing here. Like I said to Rafe, there's like not boxes, not trash, there's nothing there. So you're just sort of moving along the right side, and the warehouse isn't very far away. The closer you get, you realize like it's big, these high, very tall building. And I am not going to make you roll for this, but you'll notice that there are side stairs on the right of the building, like this just metal staircase that leads up to a door on the side of the building. You'll notice that there are 2 just big old doors in the front, like the front entrance. There's like a really ragged path that leads up to there. That's all you notice for the warehouse right at this time. Okay. But you're moving in the shadows alone.
Once I find shadows, I'm going to unseen passage myself.
Okay. I figured you might do so. Let me just...
And I will hold back until Mr. Price starts talking, just in case these are not mere mortals. Maybe he'll be able to divert them a little bit.
Sure. And you do need a rouse check for your unseen passage.
Yay. 8. We're good.
Okay, so you pass. So you disappear from sight, basically, and you become just another part of the cold night. And as you employ your power of obfuscation, there's a ping in your mind, like a droplet dropping into a pool of water. Splash. and you hear a very faint voice in your head. And it says, "Ready yourself, child of the moon. It's already begun. I am here, and here I will remain. Know that I am watching. Do not lose control." And with that, the voice is gone, and there's no further noise or communication from this voice, which you may or may not recognize. So, Walter.
Yes.
You're approaching the bloody fists.
Before that, can I do an intelligence insight? And is it normal for the Nosferatu to like not be on time or not be prompt, or like how is their general demeanor when it comes to punctuality or order?
Sure.
I mean, I can roll it if you like, or if you have a better combination.
Actually, right. Let me just think about the pool though. I'm not sure I want intelligence and insight. Why don't you you got any points in politics?
I do.
Okay, so why don't you roll me intelligence and politics then?
Okay. Never mind.
What does never mind me?
I got a 0.
Oh, you got nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't get like a 1 on your hunger die, right?
No, not one. Yeah, not on my hunger die.
Right.
No, I was just trying to go because it's like the shit was supposed to pop off a half hour ago and it still hasn't, and so I didn't know if that was part and parcel for the way they do things, or if maybe it's happening somewhere else or in the sewers or something, and we're just like we showed up at the wrong place.
Okay, so you're not gonna remember any particular like leanings of the clan in terms of punctuality, but you don't believe that Bollocks would lie to you. Just based on what you've heard from Rafe and Tommy and what you saw with that initial interaction with Myron at the Drunken Dancer.
I mean, they seemed organized.
Right. So, yeah. No special insight there. So how are you approaching these people?
Well, I'm not gonna go up with my club over my shoulder, but I am gonna have it like an axe or something at my side.
Sure.
I'm just gonna say, "Evening, gents."
One of them, they just look like two kind of bog standard gang members. They don't have any distinctive characteristics. They've got that cloth wrapped around their fist. They're both very average looking in terms of their stature. One of them smoking a cigarette. What you want, mate?
Well, I'm a friend of Donnie's. I'm supposed to meet him here, but I found you two here.
At the mention of Donnie, they both look at each other. One of them, it's like he's snickering, but the other one looks afraid.
Like neither of these like match the description, like tall or anything like Donnie would have been.
No, neither of these are Donnie.
Like I wouldn't have guessed either of these were Donnie.
No. So they'll exchange that glance.
Oh, so one of you knows who Donnie is then?
I mean, yeah, we zoned the gang together, ain't we?
Well, you're right, sir. Governor. How about you? I'm supposed to meet him here, but he's not here. Where do you think I could find him at?
I mean, he's a bit out of commission or on assignment.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's so special about this tree?
Ain't nothing special about it. I mean, it's been all grown in the middle of the sea, nothing else around, but
Where's all your
nothing
mates
special. What's that?
Where's all your mates at?
Around.
Around. Look, I'm looking for Donnie. Where can I find him?
I mean, he ain't here. Like, he's not in
Oh,
this
you mean
area.
he's not in your pocket? Is that right? He's not here.
Yeah, that's
Quit
right, mate.
tossing me about. Where is he?
Okay. Why don't you roll?
I'm not actually trying to find information. I'm just trying to get on their nerves.
Storyteller.
Go ahead.
When they walked over, would it be okay if I have I would like to have done activated Sense the Unseen first and to check around as they're walking over, and then once they start talking, I want to have heightened senses up to hear what they're saying.
Okay, so let's speak about that before we continue this Walter
Okay.
interaction. So on employing Sense the Unseen, I'm not gonna make you roll for this. So you've never quite seen something like this. What you see is on around the residences where Rafe is waiting across the street. There's residences on the other side.
Oh, no.
And then all around, I don't know what you think is happening. You see Nosferatu.
That's what I was worried about.
Obfuscated. So you see, you're still in your car?
No, I got out. I thought that I got out when I was talking to them. Since they did not get in the car.
No, we were talking through your window.
So right. So you'll see 3 in Tommy's general vicinity. Not like right up on him or anything, but they're like there, and then the residences. You see on the not Rafe side, the right side, you see 1 or 2 of them go into the residences. And then you see 1 that's heading toward the warehouse. And then the ones on the left side, they're also moving toward the warehouse, but they're keeping it cool. They're not like rushing. They don't want to break their obfuscation. They're being very methodical about their movements, but they're moving towards the left side of the warehouse building. And it's just strange because you saw nothing, and then your powers of the blood, and it's just all these shadowy little figures that you see milling about. So you can probably detect about 5 of them right now from this vantage point. So with heightened senses, let's see, what can you hear there?
I would not have been quiet.
Right. So you're pretty much hearing the entire conversation that Walter and the 2 men there are having. Like you hear basically every word they say. So you have this kind of like enhanced eavesdrop on their conversation. You don't hear or see or perceive anything else like out of place though, with heightened senses right now. Okay. Did you want to take any action before we move back to Walter?
I would have started to move towards the building, rolling her eyes, of course, towards the building where
Sure.
Rafe went. And as I'm going, she's just going to kind of whistle.
Do I hear it? I guess. Do I have to roll for that?
No, you hear it.
Okay. I steal a quick glance. I assume I see
You
Lillian
see me walking towards the building. Yes, that's where I'm going.
So you're walking toward where Rafe is posted up.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So you're making your way there.
I'll be frank. The fact that she's out of the car lets me know something's wrong.
Sure. I would say you could probably deduce that. So we're back with the two fists and Walter. So I know you're not trying to get information, but you're still like, you know,
if I get information, that's great. But ultimately,
right? But I'm just trying to give you my justification for the rolling. So I still would like you to roll. Let's see. Give me charisma and intimidation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad for you.
Well, that's like the one social skill he was built for.
Right.
Oh, shit.
Dropping
2.
So the guy will sort of lean back, take another draw. Like I said, Donnie ain't here. We're just out doing our regular thing here in East London. We're just observing our territory. Nothing else.
Again, my notes are all gone, but who was the fella that was kidnapped and taken down?
That was Clark.
Clark. You guys find Clark all right?
And the guy who was looking scared at the mention of Donnie, he gets another little jolt of some kind of negative feeling. And the police are coming to help you.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna do Sense the Beast. I want to get these guys. I want these guys to throw the first punch.
Absolutely. All right, so give me resolve and animalism.
Damn it. Well, I got a 2 already. But my dice roller keeps spitting them out. Yeah. 2.
Right. All right, 2 is fine. So you will sense that these are mortals.
Okay.
Not kindred, not anything else, just regular old human.
I won't fight them then.
And their hostility level is steadily increasing, but it's not at a fever pitch just yet. But you can tell that it's slowly, as you continue to question them about what seems to be maybe some sensitive topics for these.
No, I intend to bring up scary shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, mission accomplished.
Okay. Was he okay? Did you get there in time?
Nah, we ain't found Clark yet. Probably good as dead, right?
He was alive last time I saw him.
You seen him?
Yeah.
How'd you know him?
I talked to your boys. Fuck me. What were those 2 guys' names?
I'm missing that too.
Blind
I don't know where my notes died. Yeah.
Lillian
Random.
didn't pay enough attention to them to care.
You guys get Fs on your notes. F. I'm just kidding.
My sheet didn't save.
That's true. That's true.
Cat ate my homework.
Technical problems. Okay. So the other two guys, in terms of those other two bloody fists.
Yeah.
We
Tommy and I had a conversation with at the bar.
At the bar, right. I truly don't remember their names either. So they'll just be
call them Tom and Harry.
Sure, Tom and Harry. That's great. So sorry, are you referencing them right now?
I was like, Tom and Harry should have told Donnie where Clark was.
Yeah, I think they said something about him being near Rotherhithe, right?
God damn it. Now it's getting boring. What's in there? I point at the warehouse.
Nothing we
like. Shit. Is Lillian still on her way there, or she disappeared by now?
She's going to where Rafe is, not where
okay.
Not the only person that's actively moving toward the warehouse are Tommy and a handful of Nosferatu that are obfuscated.
But I can't see any of them.
You cannot see that, no.
Yeah, so
and all you have is a whistle. So
what's in there?
Ain't nothing in there. It's like abandoned for the longest fucking time. We just hang out in there sometimes.
So are you the watcher? Are you the watch for this place?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. Thank you.
Anything else?
I think Donnie's in there. I'm gonna go see what he's up to.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and try, mate? Why don't you go ahead and try? And he hands a cigarette to the other guy who's still looking a bit shaken, and
I'd drop those colors if I were you. Go make peace with somebody.
Fuck off.
All right, told you.
So what direction are you moving?
I guess at this point, I'm aimless. So I'll probably be walking towards... Oh, fuck, I said I would go. Yeah, let's go walk toward the warehouse.
Are you just walking like straight up toward those two front doors, or are you going around, or what are you?
I'll take a lap, probably.
Okay, so let's say that you go around the left side. So at this point, we'll say that Tommy and Walter are basically both positioned at these two opposite sides of the warehouse building. So both of you perceive that the stairs are there.
Okay.
So both sides have these metal stairs that lead up, and then there's a door onto this like higher level of the warehouse building. Tommy, are you making any additional movements right now?
No, but I am looking for any broken windows, any pipe drains from the roof that I can possibly use Cat's Grace and climb up to.
I'm not gonna make you roll for that. There is one pipe, as you say, like going up the right side of the building, but there is not. It looks old and unstable, and the windows do not appear to be broken. I
guess I'm going up the stairs to the door on the right side then.
Okay, it is locked. Would you like to pick it?
I would like to pick it.
Okay, and we've determined that you have these rudimentary tools on you as someone who, kills people in the shadows.
And a shoulder can get a lot accomplished.
Right. True. So why don't you roll me Dex and Larceny, please?
Dex and Larceny. That's going to be a 5.
Wow, very well
Couple
done.
crits.
You successfully pick the lock. You open the door, and despite the age and kind of decrepitude of the door, it manages to open silently as well. So there's no like, there's like none of that. It literally just silently opens, and you're free to slip inside.
I'm going to go in and try to gather as much information as soon as I walk in the door of what's around.
Okay. So the door leads you to the inside of the warehouse. It's just all one big room or floor plan, basically, that's open. And you're standing on this metal, just this metal grating that's sort of up at the top. And there are like boxes up where you are, like just here and there, like on these metal grates. Like there's some old tools around, just rusted and completely useless. But the metal thing goes around the entire perimeter of the room. And you notice that right across from the door you came in, there's another door. So you will understand that there's probably similar stairs, like where Walter is currently moving to. Why don't you give me Winston awareness, please?
Sure.
Cool.
We are not coordinated.
That's a 3.
No coterie is really.
I tried.
Yeah. What'd you say, Steve?
3.
3. Okay, so you're sort of crouched there on this metal grate. You're looking down. There's nothing of note on this metal grate thing. When you look into the room, again, you see some scattered boxes here and there. Maybe just like some old like machinery that, again, you would have no idea what it was for or what its use was at one point. You will see at the back, there's kind of a long table, and at the end of it, there is a man sitting there with his feet up on the table, smoking a cigarette. You can't get too many details about like his appearance, but he looks sort of like an average looking guy. And then you'll see in the room, there's about 5 others that are, some of them are talking to each other. Some of them are just sort of wandering around. You see one guy maybe at the other end of the table laying out some cards. You do notice a couple bottles around, and the place is lit up with just like lanterns. There's one at the table, and it's casting this sickly glow onto the man at the end of the table with his feet up. There's nothing that stands out to you that's like valuable or strange looking at this time. You will notice that all of the people in this room are armed in some way with visible weaponry, whether that be guns or melee weapons, or things like that. So we'll pause on that interaction, and then we're going to go back to, let's say Lillian now arrives at Rafe's position.
All right, Rafe's just been kind of shuffling his feet, just looking up and down. He was Lillian going to attempt to any kind of like obfuscation, or she just, oh, here we go.
She doesn't have obfuscate, so
I just didn't know.
It would have just been, and you might have actually heard the whistle.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, you might have heard it. Yeah.
All right. Well, he spots her approaching. He assumes that everything went okay. back with Walter. Now, I'm gonna have heightened senses still active, and
Mm-hmm.
I am trying to tune out, the sound of Lillian's footsteps on the ground as she's coming over, but
Mm-hmm.
I am actively pinging the neighborhood just to see if I'm spotting anything out of place. Keeping my hat down.
Right now nothing seems out of place to you.
Right.
It's looking quiet since you can't see any of the obfuscated parties.
I'm just gonna wait there until she actually gets up to where he can speak to her without. At least I'm assuming she's getting close to him.
Okay.
But yeah, he's just gonna wait for her to approach.
Okay, Lillian.
As soon as she gets up to him, she's just going to get kind of close, and she's, what do you see?
Nothing, which is odd.
It's because you can't see what isn't technically there so much, but I can.
I understand.
And I'd say their numbers compared to our numbers are greater than what I would say would be a comfortable measure.
What? Okay, if you can see them, can you see what colors they're wearing? Red
Storyteller.
Red or blue?
They are blue. You would have noticed. So you would have in your head known that these are not fists.
Okay. Blue.
Oh, thank God. Right. Now, we're on their side.
Are we?
Well, we're on their side so much as they're not actively hostile towards us right now, and it's going to stay that way unless we fuck with them. So we're good here. Wherever we need to go,
I would suggest you do what it was you decided you needed to be here to do, with haste, please.
Right. Hold on. I'm gonna take out the blue rag. Is there anyone? Are there any lights on in the house right now? You're muted.
Yeah, there is a light on.
Curtains drawn.
Yes.
If I can safely approach the front, or not, I'm not going to open the door. I'm looking for a place where I can tie my blue cloth somewhere nearby to mark the house. So hopefully the Nosferatu understand that they can keep an eye on the place, and I might actually vocalize something to that effect as well.
Okay, cool. So what we'll have you do is there's like a long neglected like flower pot that's like kind of round, and it's got old dirt in it but nothing else. So if you would want to tie that like around the circumference of the base there, and it's pretty noticeable because not a lot of these places even have anything that would resemble a decoration outside, so the fact that there's a flower pot there is almost conspicuous in a way. So you'll tie that around there. Okay. And hope that
I'm going to raise my voice just ever so slightly.
If I can see you about to do that,
right.
Lillian would probably put her hand right over your mouth. Where is she? Which where?
House right here.
Mm-hmm. All right. Go wait in the car.
Why?
And Lillian is going to just walk away and go to the house.
No. What are you doing? What? Stop. What are you doing?
What did I just say?
That's my wife. I'm entitled to know.
And if you put that there, when things really start to get a bit out of sorts, what do you think's going to happen?
And as Lillian says that, both of you see, out of obfuscation, a Nosferatu so near and dear to you. He shakes his jowls.
Yes!
And Bollock says, not yelling, but like you have heightened senses on, and he's not too far away. He's just a couple, like maybe 2 houses down. He's like, "Oi, you ready to do this?"
She's gonna look at Rafe. Go along now. Sit in the car or go play with your friends. Let me handle the rest.
But and he'll hear you say that. Bollocks will hear you say that. I mean, if he don't join in, ain't no reward then.
I'm going to tuck the blue cloth back inside my vest. All right. Well, whatever happens, ma'am. All right. Thank you. And I'm gonna just kind of. He wants to say something, but he's not going to say it, and he's going to go and leave.
What is it you want to say?
No.
Say it.
He's going to leave with Bollocks before he gets himself in trouble.
Okay, and it is at this point that we are going to take a short break right before it breaks off.
The Rafe-Lillian relationship has me stressed.
Me too.
Just a little. Just a little.
Me too. All right, so everyone watching, go and hydrate, take a stretch, use the washroom, whatever you need to do, and we will be back with you very, very shortly. See you then. Welcome back to Martlet Games and the London's Bleeding Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle. The coterie is precariously hovering around a large abandoned warehouse. Walter had a brief interaction with some bloody fists, and Bollocks, the Nosferatu number 2 of the Nosferatu Underprince, Brimmer, has just unobfuscated to appear to Rafe and Lillian. And so, Rafe, you were going back to the car?
No, I was...
No, I'm sorry. You went with Bollocks.
I went with Bollocks.
Okay, and Lillian, what moves are you making right now?
Lillian's going to the house, and as soon as she can tell that Rafe is out of earshot, or at least is not near her.
He does have heightened senses up, so do remember that.
She is going to knock on the door.
Okay, so you hear some shuffling around, and
let me interject. Rafe will turn off heightened senses once he leaves with Bollocks. It is very tiring to keep heightened senses up longer than a length of like a couple of minutes at a shot.
Okay, thank you for that distinction.
Yes.
And we'll say that Rafe is sort of moving along quite quickly with Bollocks. Okay, so shuffling behind the door, you'll see the curtain just open slightly to like give you a look, but then immediately close. And then the door will open like just a crack, and it's still like latched on the inside. And you'll just see like kind of half a face and body of a woman. And she'll say, who is it?
Lillian Crawford.
I'm sorry, Mom. I don't know you. Can I help you with something?
Surely you've heard of me.
Not
I
from
have
the East End,
taken-
are you?
Oh, no, not at all. My family's into the gunpowder business and into charitable donations for hospitals in the area.
Oh yeah, I do think I heard something about that with an hospital. Yeah.
Right. If you don't mind, could I? It is dreadfully cold out here.
Can I ask you what you? I mean, why are you here? Like, why do you need to come in? What do you want?
Oh dear. Well, this was supposed to be a bit of a surprise, but I suppose if you're not trusting of me, which I completely understand, I mean, it is a rough area. As I spoke, my family, I tend to be very charitable to hospitals, and we are extending that charity. Moving forward, we will be selecting one person who seems to fit the criteria to receive a very special gift for Christmas.
Oh, well, ain't that lovely? Well, all right then, and she'll unlatch the door inside. She will open the door, and you'll see uh a kind of a shorter woman, like maybe like 5'1", 5'2". She's definitely like a robust and hardy woman. She's got close cropped blonde hair. And she doesn't have like a name tag or like any like plating, but it seems like she is in like a very plain kind of cotton nurse's outfit. And you'll probably like recognize it as like some kind of medical healthcare professional rather. And she's like, well, it's awful late. Do you want a spot of tea?
Oh, no, darling. Thank you so much. Actually, I wanted to inform you that you have been chosen to receive this gift. Do you like living here?
Well, it's not me that lives here. I'm just on duty, as a nurse, taking care of the lady of the house.
Right. How would you like to become a resident of a higher caliber neighborhood? One that is safe and secure.
I mean, I'm born and bred in East London. Seems strange for me to leave now. I mean, the lady of the house is recovering. I don't really know how she'd feel about this.
Let me be quite frank. This is for you, darling. Tomorrow, a few of my associates will be taking you on a bit of a tour in my area where we are going to allow you to select a property to call yours.
Property for me?
Property, house.
And it would be for me in my name, not my husband's.
Yours.
Blimey. I could vote then.
You could.
Well, and how did you find me? Like, how was I selected?
I don't know. I don't do all of this. I am given a list of names. I research a little bit on what it is, good deeds and such, and I make a selection. I don't know how they came up with your name specifically, but it was given to me, and I agreed.
And she looks down and smiles. Well, my name's Iris.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I get, I, I'm done here, and another nurse will come in a little later during the day. Get me some sleep, and then
How about this? I will have someone come here to take over for you. There's all, media, press, pictures, and all that sort that will need to be done. And they're wanting to get this underway as soon as possible. So I'm afraid we would actually quite need to leave now, if that's not too much to ask. As I said, I fund a few hospitals here. I can have someone come to take your place. And then we can go back to my home, where you will start the process to picking your new home.
I mean, they paying me to take care of her.
I'll double it.
I really shouldn't leave right now. It's the
I'll
middle of
double
the
it.
night.
I'll double it.
I mean,
It's really important that we have this charity underway tonight, dear. If you can't do it, I understand, and it will be very sad that, but I understand if you can't, if you choose not to.
I feel right horrible about leaving, but I mean,
once in a lifetime
husband's coming home
opportunity.
from the war soon, should get demobilized in the next month or so, maybe come home come January, and be great to have some money then. It's been, I mean, he's been gone so long now that, yeah, to just have something for him, just and a better residence and all, like, I can't rightly turn that down. I mean, Margaret's all right, and you said you'd send someone.
Absolutely, of course I would.
All right. Well, where do you want me to go now? Just go home, or?
No. You don't have to go back there. In fact, when you choose where it is you want to stay, you are going to be given a bit of, let's call it a bit of an allowance to get you set up for a few months or so to ensure that you are well taken care of and settling into your new life, so to speak.
Well, I guess I just meant, like, you want me to leave now? Like, where am I going to go now?
I have a car outside.
And she just ruminates over all of this information you've given her for just a second. And she looks back toward the back of this small little house, presumably where Margaret is laying, sleeping, recovering from her extended battle with the Spanish flu. The most important person in your coterie mate's life. And here you are, luring away her caretaker. But unfortunately, times are hard here. She's barely scraping by without her husband. She's working herself to the bone, gonna put herself in an early grave if she doesn't get some relief. So ultimately, Iris feels like she has no choice but to accept your offer. And you can see the gears turning in her head. All right, I'll go to the car.
Wonderful.
Okay, so she will basically then spend just like the next minute or two like gathering up kind of like this kind of larger canvas bag that presumably has some medical stuff in it and then personal possessions. So she'll gather that up. But before she does that, before she finishes, or after she finishes gathering, rather, she'll look at you one last time. I'm just going to tell her what's going on. Just that's the least I can do. And she doesn't really wait for you to respond. She just goes back to presumably the bedroom at the back of the house. And you're not you don't see this, but she sort of observes Margaret. She's sleeping peacefully. It's not fitful. It's better than it has been. There's no shine of fever on her forehead. There's no coughing or difficulty breathing. And there's a window above the bed, and the moonlight is coming in, and it's just shining on her fair-skinned face. And she looks almost like an angel. And Iris will brush her hair in her face as she's sleeping. And she'll just shake her very gently. Margaret, Mum. And Margaret, what? I'm being called away right now, but I'm gonna get someone in here for you to come back come morning, all right? And someone will be here to fix your breakfast and your tea and take care of anything you might need. But I have to go now. But you just keep sleeping, all right? Just keep sleeping, and you'll be all right. It'll be fine. I have to go. And she sort of goes, yes, that's fine. As you like. I'm very tired, but I'm fine for now. I don't need anything else. And she drifts back to sleep. And Iris takes one last look at her, wonders if she's doing the right thing. Is this selfish, or is she breaking her oath as a healthcare professional? But for once in her life, she's gonna look out for herself. And she moves out of the doorway and comes back into through the kitchen and comes back to you, Lillian. She sort of clutches her bag to her chest. All right, I'm going to the car. And
yes, there's one more thing, dear. Once you get to the car, get in, and then I'm going to need you to fall asleep. And I'm going to use my my dominate.
Okay. So you want to use compel?
Well, I'm trying to get to it to see which one it was. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's going to achieve what you want, is to give her like a simple direct command. So we'll say you use compel. Just want to make sure you're doing everything right there. So you have, I mean, this is a mortal woman beaten down by many hours of service in this frankly terrifying time in history. So there's no resistance. You lock eyes with her. She has these icy blue eyes. They're really quite beautiful in this round, sort of cherub-cheeked face. It's like, I'm so bloody tired, honestly. It'll be a relief. And anything else?
No. Run along now. To the car.
All right, so she will make her way over back to the car, crossing the street. Lillian, where are you going now?
I'm going into Margaret's room. And I'm going to
okay,
kind of wake her up. Excuse me, Margaret, correct?
And it's like she had slipped right back into like a deep sleep. So she again is once. And the when she sees you, she's sort of like propping herself up on her arms and who are you? Who are you? What are you doing here? Where's Iris?
Consider me your guardian angel. Do you want to get better?
I mean, of course I do. I thought I was on the path already.
All right, well, I'm going to give you something that is going to... I'm going to give you something that will ensure that you get better. Okay? Do we have an understanding?
Yeah, really, I don't have any other choice. I can't.
Is there a cup or something like a cup beside the bedside table?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's just a normal glass there. Probably empty of water.
I'm going to turn like I'm gonna be getting it, and I'm going to cut my wrist and put some of my blood into the cup. And then I'm going to give it to her. Here. This will make you better. It works pretty quickly too, so I don't imagine that you will be sick for much longer.
This isn't right. Your blood.
I would have done it when she wasn't able to see that. Like, I would have done it like flipped it. Yes.
Okay, she didn't see it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. So.
Yeah.
Are you a doctor?
Sort of. Do you want to get better or not? If you don't, then I'll just go to the next house on my list.
And she doesn't say anything immediately, and she looks off to the side. She's thin. She's gaunt. You can see these cheekbones as all of the fat, the vital fat in her face has disappeared due to this lengthy illness. Again, just that one ray of moonlight illuminating. You see almost every individual eyelash as she blinks through slightly tearful eyes. I have to get better. I can't just be another number. I can't just be another body. And she'll then, are you holding the cup?
Yes, I'm trying to hand it to her. Yeah.
Okay, and she'll take it, and then she'll just down in one, like the good Londoner she is. And she'll make a. It's like metal, like cutlery, or.
I know. But are you feeling even a little bit better now?
Yes, really, I feel like I could make my own cup of tea.
Fantastic. So what I would like to ask you to do now is, Iris, that's what your nurse's name was, correct?
Yeah, yes,
Right.
Iris.
She is downstairs waiting in the car. I would really appreciate it if you would join her, and you can get some rest, but I have a driver that's going to take you back to my part of London, to my estate, and tomorrow we are going to discuss new living arrangements for you, perhaps something in a better part of town, something not so East London, something more prominent and established. Would you like that?
And she's already invigorated by the blood that you've given her. This blood that has been circulating in you for a century or more. Potent, viscous, with all of your subterfuge and the wrath simmering just beneath. And so Margaret will she'll actually swing her legs over the bed and stand up.
Look at you.
Yes,
already better.
You're right. I don't really feel safe here. I have to take charge of my own life.
You should. You know, I saw a few of those people, the ones with the red, just down the street. This is really not a safe place for you.
Yes, you're right, of course, but it's all I could manage without.
Nonsense. I will help you take care of everything. Don't worry. It is part of a new plan that I'm working on for London to try to help those who are in need. You and Iris are our first recipients.
And her eyes will brighten up at that, and the sleep has fully left her at this point. Yes, I do thank you. You really are my guardian angel. And she'll come in to kiss you on the cheek if you're gonna allow that.
That's not necessary. Okay. All right, shall we to the car, and off we go. And you will have quarters will be prepared at my estate, and then in the morning you and Iris will both be able to pick your new place, your new homes.
Well, may I dress at least and gather a few things before I depart?
Do you really want to take anything from here? We can get you all new things. No bugs.
Yes, best to
no bed bugs.
Leave it all behind, as it were.
Right.
And you're looking into this face now full of life, and you feel the warmth still resonating on your cheek. And the moment it crosses your mind how easy it would be to just level the ultimate injustice against Rafe. But you know better. Or do you? So she'll basically pull a sweater on and maybe just grab a small purse. It probably has like her ID in it and stuff. And she'll stand in the doorway of the front of the house and look back at you one last time. It's kind of odd. Her nightgown with this sweater pulled over. She was just sleeping. Things are already very different.
I'll accompany her out.
Okay.
And across the street and make sure she gets in the car. Hopefully Iris is sleeping. And I will let the driver know to take them back to the estate and have them set up with provisions for the night. Anything that they need, if they need, tea, food, whatever. And then I will shut the door and tell her to rest.
So you successfully made it over there. Iris is in fact asleep. And you'll give your driver the instructions, and you'll see Margaret get in there. You'll close the door, and she has the smallest smile on her face of hope of what could be. And she lays her head on Iris's shoulder, and the car pulls away. Let's check in with the others. So, Tommy, you are the only one inside this warehouse, and you've made your assessments here about the people that you see. Are you doing anything else as of this point? You are muted.
I am watching.
Okay. So you're still unseen, so they can't see you right now. And you haven't made any noises, so you're just basically standing there right outside that side door, right?
I mean, I'm going to make it in and kind of.
No, I know. I'm sorry. You're inside, but your back is just to the door.
Yeah. Do I see any like manager office or anything in the warehouse?
You'll probably see like one closed door on the bottom level that it could be a closet. You don't really see anything that says like admin or anything like that, though. You do see probably like one or two metal doors on the lower floor, but nothing on this top area. It's almost like it's a shell of like a floor. It's not really a full thing.
I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay up top and just kind of watch.
Okay, cool. So we're going to leave Tommy then. Walter, remind me, what did you do? You left the fist, you're heading towards the warehouse.
Right. So my intention was not to go in and like cause a ruckus. I wanted to take a lap around the warehouse to kind of like quickly case it to see what kind of stuff they have going on, if there's anything obvious happening. I'm sure I can't see Tommy or the other Nosferatu, and I have no intention of actually kicking in the door because it's like the car or the dog that chases a car, it's like, well, now you got it. What do you do with it, type of thing. So I think I'm just going to be generally antagonistic. Like I'm just going to walk around, come right back around to where I think the main entrance is, and just lean against the door, looking around. Somebody's going to eventually tell me to move.
Right. So, having said that, you will see two, if you're leaning on these two large metal doors of the warehouse.
Yeah, on the door,
front,
not even the door.
on the door, right?
Yeah.
So, you're gonna see around from the opposite side of Tommy. He's gonna you'll see immediately someone pop in to existence and come around the corner, and he's like, it's a man kind of crouched down. He's like really he's very small. He got these big pointy ears, and that's sort of like, he doesn't have any nose cartilage or thing, so it's almost just like these two black abyss nostrils in the middle of his face, and he's got almost a snarl on his face. Mate, what are you doing?
Hello, Governor.
What are you doing?
I came here to see a show, really, but frankly, I've got no love for these cunts inside.
Well, show's about to begin, so best get ready.
Do you need me to move off the door, or do you have other ways in?
Well, we're going up on the side doors.
Maybe it's worth me staying here, maybe it's not.
I mean, as long as you ain't fucking with us, then if you're here to do the same thing we are, then...
Listen, you broken mouths have been nothing but nice to me, and the bloody fists have been nothing but a problem in my neighborhood. So I ain't gonna fuck with you. Just tell your boys that I'm not one of them fists.
Yeah, we know who you are. Like,
of course.
Do you understand what we do?
Who
we are?
I'm trying. So I'll make sure this door stays closed and nobody's getting out.
All right, mate. Well, me and the boys we're about to go inside and start it up. So do you know who's in there?
Some bloke named Donnie.
Yeah, maybe Donnie, but I mean Glick's in there.
Hey, fuck's Glick.
I'm trying to remember if you would have gotten this name.
I don't remember the name. That sounds new to me.
Okay. So he'll see you say, who the fuck's Glick? He's the leader of the fucking fists.
Is he kindred?
Not as far as I know.
How many kindred are inside?
Fuck up. None. I mean, none that I don't think any. I don't think any. They're kind, you know.
Seems to me you don't need me up.
I mean, we'll see how it goes.
I'll be here if you need me.
All right, whatever, mate. And he's gonna obfuscate again. But he was moving back towards the side stairs.
Yeah. All of a sudden it seems like a slaughter. I'm like, this isn't what I wanted.
I mean, you only have this one guy's word for it. So
it's true.
Rafe. So you are with Bollocks, and he is also moving you both in the direction of these left side stairs of the warehouse.
I'm letting him lead the way. I am. Look, look. You know, I'm not much of a fighter, right? I'm more of a hang back and take care of the blokes kind of fella, right?
Yeah. I got that.
All right. Just so you know, I'm not gonna go charging in like King Arthur with Excalibur.
I didn't really expect that.
Okay,
right.
good.
I didn't expect it. No worries, mate.
Okay.
But Okay. Well, like we're trying to do this quiet at first, and then big show.
Gotcha. The kind of show that a kindred probably wouldn't want to be within line of sight of.
Nah, nah,
Oh,
nah,
okay.
not like that. No,
Oh,
I mean,
gotcha.
I'm a lick myself, right?
Right.
So, um, no, we're gonna start quiet,
Right.
and then we'll just go in slashing.
Right. All right.
We gotta kill Glick. We gotta kill the other blokes in there. Just kill them all.
Right. I will do what I can to assist. I gave you my word, and I'll do what I can. I promise.
This is our one fucking shot. They're not expecting it. They're just fucking about, just drinking and doing fuck all.
Right.
So this is the time. So I understand you're ready to help, but also don't fuck it up.
I'll try not to. I've got a lot. I've got a lot up in here right now that everything is just kind of fighting for attention. So I will do what I can.
All right. Well, here's what I want you to do.
Right.
I'm going to, disappear, and then I'm going to climb up the stairs. I'm going to pick the lock and get in on that, on the inside, on the
Right.
upper level, and then I want you to be behind the door.
Right.
But you can come in, you can not come in. It's up to you. You can observe and then intervene as needed. You got a weapon?
Right. I would slow my pace up just enough to be able to get the trench knife from off my belt and show it as we're walking.
Ain't much, but
Well, it's better than a gun as far as kindred are concerned, isn't it?
I guess so. Well, okay, whatever. So that's what we're gonna do.
Right.
So you will climb the stairs with Bollocks. And he will get in, and he's gonna pick the lock, no problem. This is a guy very familiar with larceny. So he's gonna enter still obfuscated. Again, kind of got lucky in the same way that Tommy did with no big screechy door noises. So he'll get in there, and then Tommy, you're going to start to hear footsteps coming up the steps behind you. Just very, very faint.
I am going to hold my stilettos in hand, just in case.
Okay. And you can start to hear the footsteps reach the top, and you'll hear just like these whispers, like, oh, the door ain't locked. That's fucking weird. Why is the door not locked? What the fuck? And so they push open the door, and it like hits you on the ass. Oh, yeah. What are you doing here? What are you doing?
Same thing you're doing.
Oh, right. You're the monk. I remember you. All right, fucking hell. Okay, well, we're doing this. We're all getting in position quiet up here. And then just... Are you in?
Always. This seems fun.
Okay. So, Tommy and two Nosferatu agents are on that right side. We've got Rafe outside of the side door with Bullocks entered as well there. Walter is standing out front of the main doors. Still not noticing any, sounds or weirdness. Pretty quiet, actually, behind these big doors. And then Lillian, what's your current position?
Once the car left, Lillian is she's not going to the damn warehouse. That's not gonna happen.
Why would
No.
she?
She's just
no
gonna
reason.
watch and see what
Of course
happens.
you're not. Okay, so
that's
all
not
right.
her scene.
Someone's
Why
got
would
to
she
be
try that
alive
shit?
to tell the story, right?
Fair enough. Okay, so what
She'll
happens
get whatever
next?
stragglers run out. It's fine.
What happens next is Bollocks will re-pop out of obfuscation. So Tommy, you will see Bollocks there, and he'll just from across, he'll just give you a nod. He looks at the other two guys that are beside you, all sort of crouched, and Bollocks gives this huge, uneven smile full of yellow teeth, the folds of the scrotal skin. You can see them even contracting in the. You're never going to stop me describing this ball sack guy. You never will, so don't even try.
I'm not used to hearing scrotal skin.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's a clinical term. It's a clinical term.
I'm sure it
saying.
is.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so Bollocks will give that smile that Tommy can see and the other guys can see, and woof, Bollocks is going to jump down very, very lively down into it, and he's gonna fists. Let's dance, boys. And the other two Nas, they don't jump down, but they start coming down the stairs that sort of lead into the center of the room. And you see Duncan Glick, the leader of the Bloody Fist. He scrambles. He was still just kicked back at the table, cigarette in hand. And he like knocks a gun falls off the table, some like coins fall off the table. He flicks his cigarette away. Oi, you ugly fucker, you want to dance? Let's fucking go then.
While they're
Boys?
talking, I'm gonna try to make. You said that there's kind of like a
Catwalk.
square, like on the outside of the top, like the catwalk.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now it doesn't go across; it's just around the perimeter.
Absolutely. I'm going to walk closer to where they are.
The other two, who's they?
Glick and everything. I'm going to.
Okay,
try
so
to
you're
position...
down. You're down on the lower floor.
I'm up top.
No, you're still okay. So you're kind of going around the square to position yourself above Glick. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
As he's talking and doing the dialogue between the two. I'm going to try to.
You got me monologuing.
I'm trying to get to a spot where he's like almost below me.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That makes sense. So you will do that. And Walter, you're hearing now the movement.
If I
you
hear
hear Bollocks's declaration inside. Bollocks is going to take his pistol out of his waistband, and he is going to the goon, not Glick, but the goon that's closest to him, he is going to shoot in the leg. So he's going to make a roll very fast for Mr. Bollocks. Okay. Wow. The dice have smiled upon Bollocks massively. Holy shit. So Bollocks, almost like without even like looking, he just takes his pistol and poo, and the goon number one, just another average looking asshole, He straight up shoots this guy right in the kneecap, and he just immediately stumbles and falls to the ground. So then the other two Nas agents will then set upon the other two goons that are in there. And Tommy, you'll see that just because now you're at a pretty good observation point, so as you're making these moves to be above Duncan, you'll see that on the table there was a pistol that just fell off the table, but then further down this long table there's like a shotgun. One of the goons has this big ass like just metal club, and the two other ones just reach. Well, the one guy tried to reach for his pistol, but he maybe didn't quite get a handle on it yet, and then the other guy also right. So he will also grab a pistol, and you're not sure if there's other weaponry at play, but that's kind of the scene you see. And Walter, it's at this point that you hear from the other side of the door, as if it's like right on the other side, you hear just an unhinged growl. So let's see. Next in the ring of combat is we're gonna go with the uninjured goon with the pistol. So he is going to take a shot at Bollocks. And he's going to Bollocks is going to get shot in the shoulder, just a kind of a superficial go. Ah. All right, you got me. And then the Nas agents, they're so the combatants are so distracted by Bollocks's big declaration and the shots that have been fired, and Duncan's still kind of scrambling. So one of the Nas agents is going to basically just jump on the back of the guy with the metal club, and he's just going to bite him in the neck. And we'll see how that goes for him. Man, my NPCs are getting so lucky today. So he's going to the human goon is completely taken off guard, and he's gonna drain him dry, and he's just gonna suck the blood out of him as fast as he can, and that guy's gonna drop dead as a doornail on the floor. Let's see. Rafe. Right. What are you doing?
All right. So if Rafe is not under any immediate threat, he is going to let Bollocks do his thing. Rafe is not a fighter. Right. What Rafe is, however, is he's a very observant individual, and so
sure.
Whatever would make sense, storyteller, for him to be able to react at a moment's notice. He does have rapid reflexes that does give him, his open field dodge bonus, etc. Now, that being said, whatever stat you think would make sense for Rafe to be able to notice trouble before it even becomes a threat, I would like to rouse that right now.
I'm going to have you rouse your wits then.
I figured that was going to be the case, but that is... Yes.
Good to check in, though.
Exactly. All right, so that is a success.
Fantastic. So that'll give you got a nice pool there of your wits now.
And my intent is just to hold action. If you want, I can make an active roll just to make sure the primary person that I want to keep an eye out for is Bollocks.
Okay, so you're focusing on observing him.
Right.
Okay.
I know Tommy and Walter can hold their own. Bollocks is a high value target for the fists, so I'm going to be trying to do what I can to watch Bollocks' back as closely as I can and proactively as possible.
Okay, gotcha. So what will happen next is Duncan, like, in the confusion, in his like sort of like on the spot response to Bollocks just coming in here screaming, he sort of like dropped the cigarette and it like got him in the thigh, and he's like, ah, and then the gun fell. So he is sort of regaining his bearings and he's going for the shotgun. So that's kind of his action, is he's moving to just grab this shotgun. So now let's go back to Tommy.
Okay. I am above him.
That's correct.
I'm going to catch
He
Grace.
doesn't see you as
Okay.
of this point.
I'm going to whistle. And I'm going to catch Grace on his face. As I jump down.
Grace. Okay,
I'm pinpointing my drop. I'm drop kicking him from above him down. I'm landing on him.
Like a tent stake.
Sure. No, I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to feel like if Cat's Grace is really gonna do anything, because it's more about keeping your balance rather than like falling with style.
That's true.
I think
I'm trying to use Cat's Grace maybe for the landing.
Okay, so I unfortunately can't let you use the auto pass feature of Cat's Grace because it's not really balance related. So what I will have you do is please roll Dex and Athletics to make that drop down.
Four.
Okay, so how exactly do you want to land?
On him.
Okay, so you will basically go like feet first and probably get him like right in the torso. You're going to just like kind of, your feet are going to come down like an angle like this. And obviously he is going to fall down. He didn't make it to the shotgun. So he falls. And that is going to be your action. Okay. Okay, we will circle back to Bollocks again. So he's shrugging off this, pretty minor injury for a kindred, shot in the shoulder. So next what he's going to do, he sees Tommy fall on Glick and he can't help but just start laughing. He's just like, it's fucking great. Oh, fucking hell. And so he'll go up to the guy that was shot in the kneecap, and Bollocks will take a knife, just a kind of a regular looking but long hunting knife almost, so with that very sharp point at the end, and he's just gonna drive it into his neck, just right here, right where the shoulder meets the neck. So we're gonna give him let's see, gonna make a roll for him, so give him yeah, that'll be good. Okay, so Bollocks does not exactly hit where he wants to. He doesn't quite get that sweet spot there. He more like gets him in the side. So the guy is now like kind of flat out on the ground, but he's very much still alive. But he's a bit incapacitated at this point. So one of the goons is already down because of the Nosferatu attack. So the other one, he's going to notice Tommy and the falling that has happened. And he is also going to take a shot at you. Okay. So he is going to take his pistol and fire, and you are going to get hit right in the square, right in the center of your back.
Ooh.
And just a quick reference on my notes for the damage. Let's see. So that's just going to be you're just going to take 1 superficial damage.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Walter, what are you doing?
Sorry, I was trying to use the shortcut. So I hear something going on inside, right? Gosh. I guess I gotta go look.
Are you opening up the door?
Well, I'm taking a look at the 2 fellas near the tree, seeing what they're doing.
The sound, I would say at this point, has been contained to the warehouse, so like they're not aware of what's going down yet.
I'm looking at them.
Okay.
Intently. I'm gonna try to intimidate. I'm gonna try my best to intimidate them, and just tell them, if you know what's good for you, go home.
So you're glaring in their direction, and they kind of look your way, and they're just sort of aimlessly smoking, and they just see you standing there, so they're just like, whatever. Like they're thinking that the warehouse is full of guys, that can crack you open in a second. So they're just kind of like, whatever.
Nope. Then I open up the door and walk in.
Okay. Actually,
that's what I intend to do.
Okay. No. All right. So you're opening the door, and then you immediately see a pair of red eyes, glowing red in the darkness.
Sense the beast.
Okay, resolve an animalism, please.
Two.
Okay. I just need to check the competing pool. Okay. Ooh. Not good for our friend here. Oh, he's not your friend. Ooh. All right, fair enough. The tie is going to go to you as the active vampire. So, this is a kindred for sure. His hostility level is going to peak here in the next 5 seconds. Let's see, you got 2. Just trying to see if I need to give you any other information. Um,
I have eyes of the beast. Can I see him?
what you want to activate that?
Is it not always activated?
No.
Okay, then go ahead and give me the information because he's
Okay.
he's about because here's the thing. I can either take a good look at him or I can rouse because I think he's coming at me. So
Okay, what I would do then is I would say let's just hold up on Sense the Beast. I would rouse first.
Okay.
Then we'll do Sense the Beast and I'll give you a little more info and then we'll proceed from there.
Okay.
So what are you rousing?
What can I rouse?
You could rouse you can rouse any of your attributes.
My attributes? Then we're rousing strength.
Okay, so give me a rouse check then. So this will add 2 to your strength. You got a 1?
I rolled an Uno.
Okay, that's okay. This is, with the rouse check, it's just pass fail, so that doesn't incur you any additional penalty.
Now, is it like I fail but gain hunger, or
no? You succeed.
Okay.
Right. You're still gonna get the effects of rousing your blood. However, it comes at the cost of raising your hunger. So you just momentarily here. Are you going to show them how strong you are now?
That's exactly what I thought I was going to say. I haven't done this in a long time.
Don't disappoint me.
We're bringing this fucker down.
And you feel the familiar pang of hunger go through your body.
It's fine.
Maybe a memory of adrenaline.
Mm-hmm.
You're not too old. You still remember what that feels like. And the surging of your blood causes a similar sensation. So your strength is now roused. So that's 2 to any pools with strength in it. Okay. So pivoting back to Sense the Beast. We've said he's kindred. His level of hostility is peaking. Actually, that is all that I can impart to you on your roll. So kindred and very hostile. So that's gonna be your action there. Let's go. We're gonna go Bollocks or Rafe. Did you want to do anything?
I'm maintaining my. Actually, let me assess the overall battlefield. I think the fists are starting to. This is a rout, but I want to make sure that nothing is being overlooked. I'm up high still on the catwalk.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And I have the commanding view of the entire battlefield. What do I see?
Okay. Just give me a wits and awareness.
All right. Wits is higher now. 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I probably gave off a war cry when I roused.
I'm sure you did.
Okay, 6, 7. So there we are. No, that's not right. There. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 7. There we are. Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm 1 dice short. Here we go. All right, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
4 successes.
Yes.
No crits though?
No.
Okay. So you will see that Duncan is set upon by Tommy pretty effectively. You'll see the dead guy drop to the floor. You'll see the guy that's been shot and stabbed by Bollocks. Bollocks is still, your assessment of like how he's doing is that he's doing fine.
Right.
The damage that he incurred was not at all serious. And you will see the red eyes of the kindred that Walter has come into contact with.
Can I do I have time to try to activate, this is going to hurt a lot, but can I activate heightened senses to try to see what it is? Is this
What do you mean what it is?
Well, like you say red eyes, I'm assuming that it's in a dark space. It's
yeah.
Right. I'm trying to strain my eyesight to see if I can pierce through the darkness to see what that is in there. If I'm able to assess from where I'm at what exactly that is. I don't know.
Well, we'll say with your roll, and I don't think I'm gonna make you like do this over again with heightened senses. Right. We'll just say, you know, you focus your senses once again, and you will recognize that is Eyes of the Beast.
Okay. But I can't, it's just Eyes of the Beast, I can't tell. Okay, that's fine.
Sorry, no.
I'm going to try to maneuver on the catwalk similar to what Tommy did, if I still can. I want to.
We'll say that you can take this last moving action. Yeah,
I'm going to position myself similar to how Tommy did. I don't want to be within this thing's immediate trajectory, but I want to be in a position to where if I need to, I can act.
Okay, so we'll basically just position you like over top of that kindred
that works.
At that point. Okay. Yes. Okay, so let's just do a brief pivot to Lillian sitting in the car.
Not sitting in the car.
Not sitting in the car. You sent the car away. Sorry.
That's fine.
Lot to keep track of this time. So what are you doing? I know you didn't go toward the warehouse, right?
Are there any stragglers or anything that I can see that coming out of the warehouse, anything that's happening that I can see? Is it becoming apparent that there's things happening there?
I would say you probably did hear gunshots. Because there have been two gunshots at this point. So you probably did hear those, even if they were slightly muted. So you would have heard those coming from the warehouse. No one has like exited the warehouse that you can see. But if you would please roll wits and awareness.
Okay. Yay. I will do that. 4, 1 was a crit.
Okay. You will notice that coming from the east, walking down the street, is a solitary man. And it's very, very strange because he has his shirt off. And he's got this big tattoo of a sword with the hilt right here at the sternum and then the blade throughout the rest of his torso. And he is big guy. And he's walking, almost running. And it appears that he's headed towards the warehouse.
Can I do any kind of roll to see if I recognize or know anything about that?
I unfortunately, I think in this instance, I don't I don't believe that any sort of roll is going to
Okay.
be able to identify him. If it was one of the other coterie members, maybe, but not you, unfortunately.
All right. In that case, then I will maneuver myself towards the warehouse.
Just moving towards the front door that's kind of open now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there and okay. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna go towards the warehouse. I will, when I get to the door, I will go in and yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay, you're gonna walk through the front door. That's fine. Let us then. We're just gonna take one last round here, I think. So Bollocks is kind of didn't stab exactly where he wanted to. So he is just gonna come in with just crack his head against this guy's skull. So I'm gonna give him a quick yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. Bollocks is on fucking fire, bro. So Rafe, you definitely see this go down. Walter, you may sort of see it out of your peripheral. So you can see almost this surge of strength in Bollocks as he leans really far back and then bow, and bone hits bone, skull, and this guy, the kindred strength of Bollocks absolutely just does this guy's head in. He drops and becomes unconscious. It's not immediately clear to anyone if he's alive or not, but he is unconscious.
I think maybe Rafe involuntarily winces at there's that crunch.
It's not a good sound.
No.
It's a bad sound. Okay, so then Tommy, you're on top of Glick.
Stiletto to the heart.
Okay, so
I love Tommy, not fucking around at all ever. He's great.
So I'm gonna have you give me Dex and melee then.
Gotcha. I am gonna rouse my Dex because why not?
Sure.
That's a 7.
Okay, so you're good there.
And my specialty in melee is my stiletto knife.
Yep, so that'll add to your pool.
Six successes.
Oh.
Wow. I didn't get to do shit with Glick. Damn.
You get a
This guy's been around from the beginning.
Done.
He's been around since the beginning.
You gave him a name, and that was enough.
I guess so. That's how it goes. So gosh, Tommy, you've done this. How many times?
I've lost count.
You smell the gunpowder in the air. You have to mentally use your will to not lose yourself to a flashback here. And you will drive the stiletto. You know where the heart is. You know where the black hearts of men reside. You could pick it pick out the exact spot across the room. You can practically hear the heartbeats of the kind at this point in your unlife. You drive the stiletto in. Duncan's eyes are wide, almost bulging out of his head. These brown eyes. Who knows what this guy's story was? Who cares? Not you. You never really have. Even in your mortal life. Maybe you were just born without it. Some misfire in your unholy conception. Some synapse that withered away and died as a child. The heinous things that happened to you then. And Duncan's mouth fills with blood.
I take a finger. I wipe a little blood off his lips. The honey tastes sweeter when you anger the bees.
And he expires. And that's all the combatants. Besides that remaining kindred in there. So, the Nosferatu that drained one of the mortals, he looks at the red eyes that have lit up in the darkness that look so uncanny in this dim light of all these lanterns. But before he can even take a step, the Nosferatu, instead of focusing on you, Walter, the kindred leaps forward at inhuman speed, and giant claws grow out of his hands, and he slashes the Nosferatu, and the Nosferatu goes down. And it's at this point that Lillian enters, and you see Tommy. You can spy Rafe there on the catwalk. You see Walter just reacting to what's been going on. And you see Bollocks, who's kind of chuckling to himself. He's so basking in this fight that he is absolutely bulldozing. What do you do?
Do I see any current enemies present at all?
You'll see the gangrel that rushed up.
She's just going to say, all right, that's enough now. And I'm going to use irresistible voice.
I almost was like, oh, but you can do that. Okay, so you're going to use that to amplify which dominate power, basically.
I believe I'm going to be using compel.
Okay.
Yeah, it's compel.
Okay, and irresistible voice is pretty much free and passive, so that doesn't require any activation on your part. Wow, what a good power. V5 for the children. Yeah, so you're going to use compel, and what are you commanding him to do?
All right, that's quite enough. Stop. And that's just what that's what I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna stop.
Okay.
And make him the point is to make him stop moving. Quite done with that. That's gonna take a while. So just stop. No more. No, we're done. It's over. Stop.
All right, he's gonna roll. Okay. Yeah. This guy is he can't hack it. Not against your centuries old kindred power. So he will stop his sort of spirited attack. I mean, the Nas is already on the ground, having been slashed, and he'll just turn around and look at you. And he looks angry, but he also looks really, really, really afraid.
And
he's just gonna pretty much just stop in his tracks, basically.
Yeah, and when he does that, I'm going to use, I think it's Forgetful Mind. Yes, Forgetful Mind. I'm going to rearrange his memories. And once he's stopped, okay, I'm going to literally like walk up to him and just be like, and look dead in his eyes. You were never here. You're going to go home. You're going to reconsider your options, rethink your entire life. This is not what you wanted to do. This is not where you wanted to be. You're going to make better choices.
And I will, I mean, you've already explained what you want to do there, but Forgetful Mind is actually a rouse check.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can do that, and then if you'll just give me a manipulation and dominate, please.
I did succeed on that rouse check of mine. So manipulation and dominate. Oh, those are really good pools for me. Thank you.
Well, we're just gonna see.
Like, that's a really big pool for me. Okay, hold on.
Well, he's not immortal.
Oh shit, okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I got 4 of those and 2 were crits.
Okay. So on your critical success, you almost feel warm inside. You did this to Dr. Williamson not that long ago, imprinted these flawless memories. And now here you are doing it again. Truly, the people that have been dominated by you could number in the hundreds at this point in your life. It's easy for you. He's meaningless, scared, weak. Basically no one. And you see blood tears roll down his face, and he's just a kid. He's maybe 20 years old. Maybe he was in the war and got demobilized early. Maybe he couldn't go. He wasn't living a high life here in East London. Just like Tommy. Kill. Erase. Kill. Erase. And he says nothing, and bolts through the front doors. And he's just running. And you can almost, he goes so fast that the blood almost, a droplet, a few droplets maybe come off his face and on the floor. But as he's running out, they just pass each other. Him and the man Lillian saw on the street. And the very, very large man, we're talking 6'4", 300 pounds. A glimmer of recognition, and then lets him run by. And he comes in, and then almost at the same moment, in perfect harmony, through the northern window, it's a large window at the top of the building, the glass breaks. And in screams a familiar looking creature. But noticeably different than Eli, if you recall the creature's name. And screams through the window, lands on all four legs beside the man. And he points and he gestures to all of you in the room. This ends now with these lifeless black shark eyes glowing red. And he also, claws come out and smiles through jagged teeth. And that's where this session ends. Wow. I know we had a little bit of a long one. Thank you for everybody.
This was worth every goddamn minute.
I honestly could keep going, but unfortunately we have to end this time. We're going to do just a very, very quick round table. I do ask that you keep it as brief as possible so we can get everybody to bed, back to their work, whatever they're doing at home. So we're going to go to Ben here.
You're muted.
Muted.
Yeah, I know. My name is Ben. I'm part of Martlet Games. You can see me here. I'm not on the socials.
Good man.
Cool. Let's go to Pat.
Yep. Hi, Patrick Gill, creative director of Martlet Games, this wonderful crew that you see in front of us. We have way too many things up in the air for me to talk about right now because we are crunched for time, but you know what? I love every single one of you watching. I love every single person here on Zoom with me right now. I wouldn't trade this group for anybody else in the entire world. Sam, go.
I am Samantha McClarty. I was playing Lillian Crawford, and I have a lot of stuff going on with Martlet, as well as you can find me on Vancouver Adjacent by Night on Saturdays, playing Elena Cortez de la Sombra. Yeah, other than that, I'm at Just S. McClarty on socials. I'm pretty sure my link tree is in the chat, so check it out. Buy me a coffee. That's all I ask. Thanks. Oh, and Patreon. Always subscribe to Patreon. Sorry. Yes. Next.
All right, Steve.
And I'm Steve, who played Tommy here. You can find me at Darth Generico on all the socials that I will allow to be present. One thing that I'm working on that we're getting closer and closer to is the Sabbat game.
Mhm.
So that's either going to be out very soon to when this comes out, if not
Oh,
sooner.
the Sabbat game is going to be long gone by the time this season light of day, dude. Sorry.
Yeah.
So go back, check out everything on the
YouTube
go back,
I'm
check
so
out
excited.
YouTube.
Go to the YouTube.
it.
Yeah, hit the YouTubes. It was a great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ruled. And hi, I am your storyteller, Sarah. You can find me at MC Diabetes on the socials. You can see me on the Saturday Vampire Takeover with Pat and Sam at Vancouver Adjacent by Night, and then me in the first spot at Vancouver by Night Delve into Darkness. I don't know where we'll be at that time. Sabbat game, check it out. Next time is the season finale of London's Bleeding, so you will definitely want to be here. There is a special guest that nobody knows about.
Nope.
What the hell, Sarah?
Nope. Not even I know. Not even I know.
What the fuck?
So there, tune in to see the special guest. I guarantee it's going to be absolutely choice. I've been working very closely with them to give you something really special. So tune in for the finale. We've been Martlet Games. Thank you so much for joining us once again and all the support that the family has provided for us. It really means so much, and it means so much to me as a first-time storyteller. And we will see you next time.
Deuces.
Blam.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.